Have you ever noticed that some people get rich quickly and fall just as fast, while others build wealth that lasts for generations? That's not luck, it's structure. Riches can be created by skill, opportunity, or even chance. But wealth, true, lasting, peaceful wealth can only be built God's way. Proverbs 10:22 says, "The blessing of the Lord brings wealth, and he adds no sorrow with it." That's the difference. Worldly riches often bring anxiety. Divine wealth brings peace. The question is, how does God build wealth that endures? Today, we'll discover his system, a divine process that joins spiritual principles with practical habits. This message will show you not only how to prosper, but how to maintain peace while you do it. Before we begin, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the Bible and Finances, and share it with someone who wants to build wealth with wisdom. Together, we're learning to prosper the way heaven intended. Let's start by understanding the foundation, God's purpose for wealth. God never created wealth to serve greed. He created it to serve purpose. Deuteronomy 8:18 says, "Remember, the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant." That verse reveals three eternal truths. God is the source. Wealth is a divine empowerment. The goal is covenant, not comfort. When wealth fulfills covenant purpose, it becomes sacred. It funds missions, strengthens families, and advances righteousness. When wealth loses purpose, it becomes poison, leading to pride, debt, and destruction. The poverty mindset teaches that holiness and wealth can't coexist. The worldly mindset teaches that wealth alone defines success. God's mindset teaches that stewardship is the bridge between both. He blesses those who handle resources like servants, not owners. Let's make this personal. Ask yourself, why? Do I want to prosper? If your answer centers on serving, helping, and honoring God, you've already aligned with his system. Purpose purifies pursuit. Abraham, Joseph, and Solomon each demonstrate this truth. They were blessed abundantly, yet their wealth carried spiritual meaning. Abraham funded nations. Joseph preserved nations. Solomon built a temple. Each used resources to reveal God's glory. If you want to build wealth that lasts, start by dedicating your goals to God's purpose. Write them down. Pray over them. Ask, Lord, how can my prosperity serve your plan? That question invites divine partnership. If this truth is resonating, comment, "My purpose defines my prosperity." And stay with me, because next we'll learn the structure, how God's system of peace and multiplication actually operates in daily life. The world builds wealth through pressure. God builds wealth through peace. Isaiah 32:17 says, "The fruit of righteousness will be peace." The effect of righteousness will be quietness and confidence forever. Financial peace is not the result of having more. It's the result of order. Divine order. Here is God's structure for financial peace. Step 1. Honor God first. Proverbs 3:9-10 says, "Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your increase. Then your barns will be filled with plenty." When you tithe or give first, you place God above your money. That act invites his blessing on everything else you touch. Step 2. Protect your margin. The poverty mindset spends everything that enters. The hand. Wisdom creates margin. Saving is not fear. It's faith in motion. Joseph saved grain during plenty and prospered during famine. Decide now, I will never consume 100% of what God gives me. Step 3. Plan with prayer. Luke 14:28 teaches that no one builds a tower without counting the cost. Budgeting isn't unbelief, it's stewardship. A plan doesn't limit faith, it directs it. Step 4. Work diligently. Rest confidently. Colossians 3:23 says, "Whatever you do, Work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord. Diligence activates blessing, but rest protects it. Refuse both laziness and overwork. The blessing flows through balance. Step 5. Seek counsel and community. Proverbs 15:22 says, "Plans fail for lack of counsel." Surround yourself with people who value wisdom over wealth, faith over fame. Their perspective will preserve you. This system creates stability. When your priorities align with God's order, peace becomes the soil where prosperity grows. If this framework is giving you clarity, write in the comments. Peace first, prosperity follows. Next, let's look at how that peace turns into multiplication, the divine principle that makes wealth increase generationally. Multiplication is not a miracle for a few. It's a principle for all who obey. Luke 16:10 says, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much." God promotes stewards, not spenders. Here's how multiplication works in the kingdom. Manage what you have, not what you hope for. Many pray for increase while ignoring what's already in their hands. Jesus fed 5,000 starting with 5 loaves and 2 fish. He didn't complain about what was missing. He blessed what was present. Gratitude multiplies resources. Master the law of seed and harvest. Genesis 8:22 promises that seed time and harvest shall not cease. Every financial seed, generosity, discipline, service carries multiplication power, but the soil matters. Sow into obedience, not emotion. Give where God directs, not where guilt demands. Build systems, not surges. Wealth that lasts is built by rhythm, not reaction. Proverbs 21:5 says, "The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance." Consistent budgeting, saving, and investing. Turn short-term increase into long-term stability. Invest in knowledge and relationships. Ecclesiastes 7:12 says, "Wisdom is a defense, as money is a defense." Education, mentorship, and godly partnerships expand your capacity. Ignorance wastes what faith provides. Guard your character. The greatest destroyer of wealth is not the market. It's pride and compromise. Proverbs 28:6 says, "Better is a poor man who walks in integrity than a rich man who is crooked in his ways." Integrity protects increase. When you live these 5 steps, multiplication becomes natural. It's not manipulation. It's management. God cannot bless chaos, but He multiplies order. If this message is building your faith, type, "I choose stewardship." And as we move into the final chapter, we'll learn how to secure your wealth for generations. The legacy of peace. True wealth doesn't end when you do. Proverbs 13:22 says, "A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children." Legacy is not about leaving money. It's about leaving mindset. When you build wealth God's way, you're teaching your family how to live in peace, not pressure. You're transferring wisdom, not just resources. That's what Abraham did. His faith became inheritance. That's what David did. His preparation built Solomon's temple. To build a legacy that lasts. Document your vision. Write your goals, values, and reasons for building. Without vision, wealth loses direction. Educate the next generation. Teach your children about giving, saving, and serving. Pass on principles before possessions. Invest in eternal purposes. Fund ministries, missions, and projects that outlive you. Matthew 6:20 says, "Store up treasures in heaven." Eternal impact is the highest form of return. Live with integrity until the end. A pure name is greater than a large estate. Proverbs 22:1 declares, "A good name is to be chosen rather than great riches." Wealth that outlives you is not measured by numbers. It's measured by the people and purposes that keep multiplying after you're gone. If this message has inspired you, write in the comments, "My wealth will serve generations." Like this Video and share it so others can learn how to build lasting wealth the way God intended. If this teaching has opened your eyes, take a few quiet moments now. Ask the Holy Spirit which principle you need to begin applying today. Maybe it's honoring God first, maybe it's creating margin, or maybe it's teaching your children stewardship. Whatever it is, act on it. Remember, wealth built with worry will collapse, but wealth built with wisdom will last. Stay faithful. Stay patient. Keep peace at the center, and multiplication will follow. Before you go, subscribe to the Bible and Finances. Turn on notifications and share this video with someone who's ready to build wealth God's way. And when this video ends, watch the Kennel's next lesson. It will help you take these principles and turn them into daily practice. May the Lord bless your hands, guide your plans, and fill your heart with His peace. Stay in the Word, stay in wisdom, and remember, God's wealth is not built in haste, but in harmony with His will.